Jessica with House of Self, where it's all about goal setting, positive mindset, and positive energy. Speaking of energy, you're going to realize really soon that I am an energy geek. I completely geek out over it. When I was young, I realized I had a strong connection to being able to feel energy around the air. I know I'm an oddball. I am, okay? I know that I would be next to a person, any person, and if I was close enough in their bubble, I could physically feel, mainly around my hands or my arms, I could physically feel as if they were touching me, but they wouldn't be touching me. So I thought that was weird, and I just accepted it as it is what it is, because when you're little, you don't know, and so you just roll with it most of the time. If you don't know what's normal, then how are you going to know what's not normal? If you don't know what's not normal, how are you going to know what is considered to be normal? So I realized that when I was very young, that being next to someone, or even with animals, I'm very in tune to animals, I could feel an energy coming off of them. As I got older, as a teenager, I started going to the library and getting books about energy, just reading everything. I didn't know where to start. I just knew that I could feel stuff. So I would go to different books about kind of along the lines of mind versus matter, because I didn't know where to look or begin. And back in, I guess, the early 90s for me, I would have been around middle school, early high school. I think 1994 was when I actually was in ninth grade, but I didn't know where to begin. So I started reading books about mind and matter, and then I started reading a lot of books and science about just energy itself. I started reading about energy and quantum physics and all this stuff, anything that could explain atoms and particles and movement and energy in the human body. I was just reading everything I could about it. And then I discovered that there is energy that we put off. And I learned later that a lot of people call that our etheric body, our energy body. There's many names for it. It's basically that layer of energy in our bubble. It's all around us. Some people call it auras, but it's all around us. And I was fascinated by it because it was for the first time I read something that I understood I could feel. So it validated that for me that was normal. I could actually, something was existing that I couldn't see with my own eyes. I wasn't just a nuthead. So, something was there. And now I share this information in general because for many people and many cultures, many beliefs, it just means so many things, right? There's no wrong explanation per se. It's energy around our body system. And I encourage you to look it up and educate yourself on it and how it can apply to you and what it may mean to you if you're curious. Because I don't align with one specific belief. I don't align with one specific culture or one specific, holistic health, mental health care system, none of that. I just take what is true for me and what is understanding for my mind and what applies to me. Use my gifts to my best ability. I understand that these things can mean so many things to other people. And it is right and it is true for every person that has their own belief for it. That's my personal opinion, okay? So if you're interested in it, start going down the rabbit hole and do some research. Maybe one day if I get versed enough in it, then I can teach a general workshop or whatnot. And that's something I'm kind of toying with because I'm so interested in the human body energy field myself and the emotional energy field, and it encompasses everything within us down to our cells. And I'm fascinated by that. So maybe a workshop is something I may cook up in the future. If you've never even heard of the energy body around us, everybody has it. Every single one of you are able to be aware of it. You're able to sense it and feel it. This is not some selected person, gifts or talents. We all have that intuition and that psychic connect. We all have it. My theory is that we've all had a sixth sense. And over the years of being civilized and socialized and all this stuff, we've dulled down that sixth sense. If you think about it, many other species, many other species in our world have more than five senses. You know, your eagles have supreme vision. Bats have supreme hearing. They have sonar. I mean, I could go on for hours over all the other senses that all these other creatures have. I believe that as human beings, we definitely have more than five. And that's another thing I just geek out on. I love to learn about all of the theories of all the extra senses we all used to have. I think it's fascinating. And I think we may all agree to an extent that we all have an intuition. We all have that little voice inside of us, that little whisper, that nudge, the gut feeling, whatever you want to call it. We all have that. We all are able to decipher between what we feel is right, what we feel is wrong, and, you know, those little alarms that go off. That's part of our survival system, I believe. People will call that third eye knowledge, right? Or intuition eye, or third eye, okay? So back to the energy field, I am able to see energy around people. I don't see auras a lot of the times in color like a lot of people can. I am working on that mental muscle to strengthen that. And it does take practice. It's something you need to exercise and work on. But I can see an energy field around people and animals. What it looks like to me is usually a white outline around the body. Not like traced, but just hovering. I see like vibrational, I'm going to say white, but it's just a highlighted outline around people and animals. And then between the space of the body and that visual, I guess, energetic line, for lack of a better way to describe it, I see gray, shades of gray. And, like I said, I'm training myself to be able to see more color. Sometimes I do get a dominant color come forth to me, but I'll talk to you about that in a second because I think it's something else for me, okay? So what I see between that space of the body and that energetic line or boundary line is shades of gray, very transparent, but I see vibrations. And no, there's nothing wrong with my eyes. Like, I have gone to the eye doctor many times as a young adult, even as a teenager. I know what floaters are. I know what different, things that can happen in the eye and cause you to see like little bits of lint or whatever. My eyes are healthy. Like, I have good eyes other than wearing contacts or glasses. But most of the time I don't even wear those. Like, when I have vision that is good enough to see like 5, 6, 7 feet in front of me. So when I'm really sitting in front of somebody, I'll just to eliminate any chances of something on my contact lens or my glasses, I'll just go naked eye, and use my own vision. But what I see is vibrating particles in the air, and it looks like almost like fuzzy, like it just little dancing fuzzy dots everywhere. So I can see that, and I know that for myself, lower emotional energy states or lower physical wellness states will vibrate. That energy vibrates very dull and slow for me. So if someone's in an off mood, or I've been in a situation that was not exactly safe before, the person seemed upbeat, but their intentions were low and dark. So I could see that, and I was able to, get away from, just put myself in a better place. There's some people you don't need to be around. And if somebody's sick, they have a very low vibrational energy. So that zone around them is just kind of, everything vibrates just a little slower, a little lower, a little heavier. Just the same, if they're like genuinely upbeat in spirit or very well, their little vibrations I see are fast. They're just like the dots are really fast, and I can tell that they're in a good state overall. And sometimes though, when I am deliberately in tune and trying to connect to a person or an animal, I'm going to refer to people a little more for right now. But when I do want to connect to a person and I'm really trying to tune into them, when I work with my clients, I tune into their entire being, not to just what they're saying. I tune into their body language, the way their muscles twitch and respond to what they're telling me. I tune into their whole energy around them, and I really connect with them on a very connected whole person level. And so when I'm doing that, I will open up and ask for guidance. I will open up and try to see, different colors represent different things in the energy world, in the auras. And I'm still learning a whole lot about the colors, but every now and then when I ask for that help, I will get a color come through and that represents something. And 9 out of 10 times, it's perfectly aligned with the emotion and mindset and mental state that they're in. So I'll know kind of better how to help guide them in whatever direction they need to be going. What I do with coaching is I listen to people, and a lot of the times people come to me because they need just some subtle guidance. And I'm just a soundboard. I'm an intuitive soundboard. And when they feel stuck in something they're trying to handle, all I do is help them learn how to connect to themselves so they can use the truth that is inside of them. It's trying to communicate to them what path, what direction they need to go. So I'm not necessarily telling my clients, you should never tell your clients what they need to do. A good coach will help you walk through and navigate your path. It's your path. It's not mine, and I feel very passionately about that. I will walk with you on your path, and I will help you figure out what all these clues and cues mean on your journey so you can make the best sense out of all of your own intuitional guides going on. And so you can align yourself on the path you need to be in. I've never been able to come up with a proper title for what I do. And maybe intuitional guide is it. Maybe that just came to me because that's what I need to honor it as. But it's a sort of coaching. I'm coaching you through understanding yourself. And so that's how I use the etheric body or energy field to help others. And I love it. I love it. I love it. I love the energy work. And so something super fun, if you've never even heard of an energy body or you don't know anything about it, I want to show you that you can feel it and try this, and it may give you goosebumps. But I challenge you to try it. I like to get my hands, well, I have my wedding ring on, but it doesn't matter. You just do you, wear your jewelry or don't, Again, many different beliefs on you have jewelry on, you have it off, you cleanse it, it doesn't matter. Like, don't worry about all that right now. Just feel. This is so fun. Just feel. I like to, and I used to do this as a child. We have energy radiating off of us. Literally off of us. You can feel it with your other hand just above. You don't even have to get close. You don't even have to touch the hair on your arms or nothing. If you allow yourself to be sensitive enough, you can feel your own body field. You can feel it. Like mine's about right here. That's when I feel like there's something here And there is, you just can't see it, okay? It's just really cool. You can feel your own body field. If you take your hands, the hands have a lot of energy in them. They have a lot of little meridian points or chakras. You know, our whole body has all that, and you know, Reiki energy and chakras and all that. It's a whole other energetic system. But in a nutshell, it's just energy. I don't like to complicate things with different words or labels or titles, because it doesn't matter where you come from. It's going to vary. The bottom line is, it is energy. Okay, so let's not overcomplicate things with terms and stuff like that. So the hands have a lot of energy points in them. A lot. They're full of energy. And if you just take them, you don't even have to. There's a little thing, and you hold them, you can feel. If you hold them right there, you feel it. You can feel the heat coming off. Heat is energy. That's energy. And I mean, you can move your hands away from each other and it feels cold. All of a sudden, you feel coolness. You put them back together, you can feel that heat. Move them away, starts to feel cool. So you're feeling energy coming off of your body. Another thing, if you really, really want to get it going, you can create heat and do what is called an energy ball, or a space of energy. You can create that heat in your hands and just pull them apart like this, and then you could space it, and when you push them back together, you feel that little cushion of heat. You can grow it because it's like a magnet. So you can grow it, you can feel it. It tickles in your palms, you know, you're creating that energy, and you can squish it. It's just a neat thing. I had my daughter do it, and it creeped her out. She's like, I don't ever want to do that again. But energy, it's hard to see energy around the body. It's hard to see it. It's invisible. And so it's just a neat little way to show everybody their own energy around them. So my hands are the strongest receptors, you know, when I am working with the body's energy. I'm a Reiki practitioner, so I have studied to be able to align chakras and, you know, get them in balance. And those energy points, some cultures believe that they are meant to be broken. That's how you release stagnant energy. So chakras are not supposed to always stay in perfect alignment. They're supposed to go and stay in motion. Imagine little rotating spheres of energy. They're supposed to constantly be in motion and break and release. Some think that Reiki is supposed to always be in perfect alignment. You know, I don't get into arguments over it. You know, whatever your beliefs are with whatever, that's great. That's good. That's fine. For me, I use energy as a flow and release, as a constant motion and release. So my hands are my strongest sources of feeling energy. In my fingertips, they radiate. I can feel temp change through my nails way before I can physically feel it through skin, if that makes sense. So I don't do my nails a lot. I don't polish them. I keep them bare, because as energy shifts around me, I feel it predominantly through the tops of my nails and through the extreme, like, tips of my fingers. You know, that's my strongest sense of reading energy. I know. I'll tell you a little story. Mom used to tell me I had my dad's healing hands because they were always hot and warm. I didn't know what that meant. Like, my dad is not, yes, he's Native American, okay? He's half. Grandmother was full, and on so on. I know, being a little girl, my dad did not have the healing hands in a sense of I fell down, scraped my leg, and then Daddy came and put his hand on it, and presto, brand new skin. That's not what it was. I understood a little bit later, and after asking questions, well, what does it mean? Why does Dad have healing hands? What does that mean? And basically, yes, my dad's hands were always super hot, just like mine. His hands were comfort. Okay, so if I got hurt, you know, just by having the warmth of his hands anywhere I fell down, like my little elbow or my knee, or a hug, like my dad's hands to me represented comfort. Like, then I understood that healing hands didn't necessarily have to mean miraculous physical healing. Growing up, people were always drawn to me. I'm a toucher. I don't touch people unless, like, I know they're okay with hugs or whatever, but when people would talk to me or come to me, I would put my hand on their shoulder, or a supportive, hand on the knee or whatever, or on the back of their hand, like I'm listening, what's going on. And I just, people would always tell me that I was a comfort to be around. And so there's something to that magic in touch, in healing through touch, healing the emotional state through touch. Okay. And I believe the emotional body needs so much love and care. So fast forward to my 30s, I had many jobs that I felt did not align with my complete soul purpose. And, we get one life. It's not very long. It goes by in a flash. I wish we could live to like 400 years old, like I've read in some biblical scriptures, or whatever. And it's like, we don't. We, unfortunately, I guess in the big picture, we don't have super long lifespans. I wish we did, because there's so much I want to do, and it's impossible to cram it all in one lifetime. So I'm really big on making sure I do things now in my 40s. I'm 42. What is today? January 14th? 15th. Anyways, I'm 42 years old, and I'm like, all right, I got to get this stuff in. So I line as much as I can up with what I feel like is my soul's purpose. So backtrack to my 30s, I'm like, all right, I need to do a job, a career that allows me to work with, guys, don't be goofy, okay? Don't be silly on me on this, but with my hands, touching people, providing comfort. I said, stop, don't go crazy with me on that statement. And so I started studying massage therapy, acupuncture, pressure points, reflexology. I started studying all that. And it started to seem like it fit with what I wanted to do, but not 100%. And so I'm very stubborn on what I do needs to line up with what I feel my soul truth is. And then discovering a lot of healing modalities and cultures on the other side of the world, they use a lot of energy healing. I was mind blown by the information I studied. I could heal people and provide emotional healing and comfort through my hands, just like my daddy did when I would fall down and scrape my knee. So that's kind of how my journey into Reiki began. And energy healing. And just as I finished up studying and getting my certifications, the world had to go and close down. And so that is why I'm not practicing in studio yet, but or in a salon yet. I do hope to. Right now I'm doing distant Reiki energy work for others. I feel like that was a rabbit trail. I hope I didn't lose you. I do talk a lot, and I do go all over the place when I'm excited. Very new to doing these video vlog things and trying to organize my thoughts streamlined so I can make a perfect video that makes sense to you, and it may be clear as mud very often, but just be patient with me, please, and hear me out. I have a lot of crazy neat things to talk about. Well, I hope I did not go down the rabbit trail too much, and I hope I didn't lose you or your interest, but that's my summing up of how I use the Etheric Body Field and what it means to me. So I will see you guys in another video, hopefully very soon. As always, I wish you the best, and I'll talk to you later.